Oh, hi everyone. Okay, the camera is a bit blur now. Let me just refocus it and say hi. All right. Hello. Hi everyone. It's still blur. Okay. All right. Anyway, welcome to FutuReady Asia's resilience series. This is my co-host for tonight, Shiny. All right. So, very good evening to all of you, and we thank you all for coming online with us to watch our series today. Today we have two very interesting personnel from and personality from Singapore, and they have placed themselves and they have placed others beyond themselves, above of themselves in everything that they do. And without further ado, let me just bring in the two guests. The first one will be Delane from FutuReady Asia. Hi, Delane. Yeah, and next one we have Sherry. We have Sherry, the founder of Be Kind SG. Yeah, so hello. Hi.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, Delane. Yes. So maybe Sherry can. I'm going to let my co-host go away first. It's a bit irritating, maybe mau mau. All right. So yeah, maybe Sherry can introduce yourself first. So sorry, your name got a little bit cut off. Yeah, but Sherry Hoon. But importantly, you must know Be Kind SG. Yes. Yeah.
So hi everyone, my name is Sherry. So I'm founder of Be Kind SG. We started about 3 years back, and we are a ground-up movement made of volunteers. So what we do is basically, inspire acts of kindness via micro volunteering, and we really try to put, raise the visibility of, our less visible communities, such as adults with special needs.
So, adults and special needs.
Adults with special needs.
Oh, adults with special needs. But you have also been helping a lot of old folks, right?
Yeah, so actually these residents, old folks, they also have some form of special needs. Yeah, so could be intellectual disabilities or autism. Yeah.
Ah, I see. All right. How about you, Delane? Can you share a little bit more about FutuReady Asia?
Hi, my name is Delane. I'm from FutuReady Asia. Part of the work that we do is, we consider ourselves as a social enterprise. We look at training and development, as well as how we develop future leaders. So we also run a charity organization called Character and Leadership Academy. So part of Character and Leadership Academy focuses on suicide prevention, as well as youth culture diplomacy. So that's the gist of what we are doing. Yeah. So
Right.
if the social enterprise don't make money, then the charity cannot run. So they are somehow interlinked. Yeah.
Ah, I see. All right. Before we go on, I think some of our viewers are saying hi. So we have Andorra waving to us. Hello. Hi. And then we have Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla. And then Priscilla also say hi to Delane. And then we have Morgan. Hi, Morgan. All right, Morgan is a wonderful singer that plays wonderful guitar. And Sherry, I dropped you a message saying that we hope to sing, right? So he can sing a lot of canto songs for the old folks. Sorry, Morgan, I stumbled a bit. Yeah. All right. Okay. So now, what is so special about our two guests is we are going to touch more on it and to find out more on why they placed others ahead of themselves and what are the things that they have been doing and have done for Singapore and the society during this whole COVID-19 pandemic situation, and especially during the circuit breaker. So, But before we go into that, let us just hear from the both of you. What do you all think about the current pandemic situation? Maybe we can start off with Delane.
Oh, the arrow just shoot to me, is it?
Yes, you're nearer to me, my left side.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Well, your question is it?
Okay, below. So, what thoughts do you have for the current COVID-19 pandemic situation?
I think the government is doing what they can, and we are all doing what we can to reduce the spread of COVID-19. The whole campaign about staying at home, as well as wearing a mask. is a very clear signal of how the current situation is, and whatever decision that is made by the government, there will be people who will disagree and there will be people who will agree. So I think it's important that we are discerning enough to know what is right and wrong during this time, and more importantly, I think whatever news that is being spread, make sure it's real news, because if any fake news or any half truth news really can cause a panic and really can cause not just a COVID-19 crisis, but is beyond just the COVID-19 crisis. So I really urge our Singaporeans out there to share responsibly, and also to support when they can. So if we want to be a keyboard warriors, be a responsible keyboard warrior. If you are there to stay at home, make sure your typing at home is correct.
Okay, great. How about you, Sherry? How do you think of the current situation that we are in now?
I think I definitely concur with Dylan. Like in terms of, for the government, I feel that they are doing what they can, given the situation is evolving every day. And, for him to say that, like, it's true, like, we should really be responsible in sharing the news that we see. Like when we receive the WhatsApp message, don't be too quick to forward it without, doing your own background check. I mean that there's a lot of instances already, right? I mean that the news, sometimes the news that's being leaked out, considered leaked out, turns out not to be true in the end. So one point that I want to touch on is, I guess, I think you're also asking about the economy.
Yes.
I think there are a lot of ground up groups that are. So I just talk about F&B. I think we all know that the F&B business is suffering because everyone is. I mean, some people are cooking more at home. So it's great that a lot of ground up groups actually sprouted up to try to support some of them. So what I want to give a shout out is really to the social enterprises now that are employing our differently abled communities. So do look out for them if you can. You can order from them. You don't have to order every day, but if someone orders once weekly and another person also orders, so they will continue to have business and be able to support the community as well.
Right. Okay, great. Yeah. So moving on now, what are some of the initiatives? Okay, so the true reason that we brought the two of you in is because there are so many initiatives that the two of you have done for the society that I mentioned just now. So we would like the two of you to actually share with the viewers on the things that the two of you have actually done. But before we go into that, let me just probably share this with everyone. All right. Yeah, so these are some of the things that the two of them have done. So this belongs to Dylan. If you can see, Dylan is right in the middle of it. And these are the things that one of his ops have been doing, and also this as well. So Dylan, can you share a little bit on what these three pictures shows?
So the picture that is being shown right now is actually a group of taxi drivers. So actually the one beside me on my right side is actually my dad. So my dad is also a taxi driver. So every night he will complain to me that the taxi industry is really is quite challenging because of working from home. The businesses are getting from bad to worse. In fact, even the cab companies, they are subsidizing 100% of the rental. They basically have to hunt for passengers, and if you look at all the malls and all the taxi stands, they are full of taxis, not passengers. So I think the business is rather affected. So we decided to launch this program called Operation Roof Up, which is a phase 2 of this campaign, where we get Singaporeans to buy a meal through the caterer, and from the catering companies, we actually use the taxi drivers to send out the food to our beneficiaries. So these beneficiaries are basically they are either cleaners that is in our list, as well as those of them who are on stay-home notices that financially they are they are not in the financial capacity to do food delivery, because food delivery is pretty expensive. So we work with a few caterers to cater for a 2 weeks meal, so that these taxi drivers will be the one delivering the food to them. So one way we engage them and we pay them uh, the fare of the taxi. So this is one way that we can help them to have an income.
Yes.
The taxi drivers are we chose the taxi drivers based on a few criteria. One is if they are having kids that are below 7, and this is their only income, then that's where we give them priority in terms of the delivery. So we are supporting the SME caterers. At the same time, we are also supporting the taxi drivers and the beneficiaries. So when we came out with Operation Roof-Up Phase 2 is really to come out with an ecosystem that helps the different parties in this initiative.
Right. But you mentioned phase 2. So phase 1, is this phase 1?
This is actually phase 2. The phase 1 is the picture that you show that we
This one,
launched
right?
Operation. Yeah, we launched Operation Roof Up the day where Malaysia announced MCO, the Movement Control Order. So when we read the news about Kranji MRT, the very night we decided to use our company resources, because we run camps and training programs. So we have a lot of sleeping bags, a lot of toiletries, a lot of travel pillows. So we decided to pack a Operation Roof Up kit to give away to the homeless and those of them who are stranded, and those of them who are stranded in the parks. So the idea is really about helping the stranded Malaysians, as well as to help the homeless in Singapore to have a kit. So this kit is basically a sleeping bag, a travel pillow, and a toiletry kit. So as long as they can find a shelter, this kit is for them to use. There are also occasions where we bring them to the shelters. So if they are comfortable going to the shelters, that's where we refer them to the various shelter. And one of the shelters that we are working with is Transit Point at 51 Margaret Drive. So that's the reason why we launched Operation Roof Up. The whole intention was to have a roof over the head, and then slowly Operation Roof Up went to the phase 2, which is food distribution.
Right. Wow. Okay. Let's move to Sherry. Sherry first. Sherry, I believe this belongs to you, right? This campaign.
Yes, so this was in early February, when the first wave of panic buying of masks first broke out.
Yeah.
The very first week. Yeah, so that was when you couldn't find masks, and I think the climate was really very anxious because it was the first time that we were encountering this crisis. So at that point of time, I thought that everyone is so scared for themselves and their family members, but we really need to look beyond who are the ones who are fighting on the front line for us, and what we can do for them. So that was when we our team actually initiated the 7,000 care packages for Tan Tock Seng and NCID staff who were right at the front line at that time. And then after that, in between and after that, there was a lot of outpouring of support for the frontline healthcare workers.
Okay, so 7,000 packages.
Yeah, this figure was actually given by NCID at that time. Yeah.
Right. How about this one?
This photo, is it?
Yeah, the next one.
Yeah,
this
so
one?
the care, yeah, so this was part of the care packages, and as part of the care packages, we actually involved like about 45 schools, Singapore Prison Service that you saw on the other photo, preschools, mainstream schools, special ed schools. So we involve all their students, maybe about 4,000 to 5,000 people to write thank you cards for these frontline healthcare workers.
Wow. So you got all the PCFs, all the schools to come in, and I think JCs as well, right?
Yes, JC as well. Yeah, Catholic Junior College for the cards, and ACJC also helped us to pack the care packages. So it was really a community effort, because I think a lot of the schools, they wanted to do something, but they didn't know how to do about it or what to do. So I guess we kind of became like a platform, and a lot of teachers also told me that it really helped, because it was the start of the crisis, right? So
Yep. Yep.
I think a lot of students at that point of time, I think now they are still, very disappointed that, school events were being cancelled and all that. But when the teachers brought about, how the frontline workers are working for us, it shifted their disappointment to gratitude. So I think
I
the teachers
see.
were really happy to see that as well.
Okay. So there's a very strong sense of value that's inculcated in our students, in the youth. All right. Okay. Dylan, back to you.
Yep.
I see the right hand picture. Someone packing a mask in. It may not be very clear for the online viewers. Yeah, but it's actually someone packing a mask into it. And I believe this belongs to you as well, right? The campaign. There's one campaign that you launched before, OpsRoofUp.
Yep. So we launched a campaign called Operation Hands On. So Operation Hands On was launched on the day where Singapore DOSCON code turns orange.
Yes.
So the initial plan was to provide hand sanitizer, and we managed to secure a supplier to be able to give us a few hundred liters of hand sanitizer. The only thing is that we need to pack into smaller bottles. So
Ah,
our initial target was actually 5,000. We get our staff to pack 5,000, and then we realized that everyone went into panic buying for masks. The online is selling at $50 to $80 for the mask during that time. Unfortunately, my mom happened to be one of them purchasing the mask at $60. For a moment, I thought it was
50.
ringgit, but it's actually Sing dollars. So,
Oh my.
so, knowing that there will be many other people like my parents who would probably be desperate about buying a mask, so I decided to rally my friends in the various countries to secure masks. It was on that day. I remember the time was about 9 p.m. I called for help at 11:30. All my friends from the different country gave me some ideas and some suppliers. I secured a supplier at about 1 a.m. and I flew off to Cambodia at the next day at 10 a.m. to retrieve the first order. So the first order was 10,000 masks. We wanted to give 2 masks and one hand sanitizer to 5,000 beneficiary. And these beneficiaries are actually the seniors and the vulnerable individuals that is staying in the rental HDB or where
Right.
estate where there is high concentration of seniors. So the campaign actually the 5,000 supply actually lasts us for about 4 days, and a lot of community has been requesting. So slowly we went on from 5,000 to 20,000, 20,000 to 35,000. Then the last count we had was 56,000 over masks and sanitizer that was being issued. So I have to fly to Cambodia about 4 times to secure the mask, and each time the price goes up. But the first time when I purchased it was $6, next one was 12, then 18, then 24. So you see that every trip I go increases $6. And of course in Singapore the prices are also increasing. So
Right.
so the team works a 16-hour shift to get all this. We get volunteers, we get Singapore bowlers, we get our friends and our friends' friend, or our friends' family to all come to do a bit of packing. So every day we pack probably about uh, about 2,000 to 3,000. The work is quite challenging for the staff because they all have to wake up at 6 a.m. To do the distribution. The reason why we choose a very early hours is because we are trying to avoid the working crowd, so that in the morning we only focus on the seniors. The seniors are probably staying alone. Uh, we don't want to have a situation where if you do it on the weekend or when you do it in the evening, then you have the adults wanting to have the mask and the hand sanitizer. Then it's very difficult for us to say no. So we chose the golden hour, which is the 6 a.m. to a 10 a.m. slot. Then from 10 a.m. all the way to about 6 p.m. is the packing. And then there are
Yep.
some organized group for the senior activity centers that when they do their qigong or then they do their evening exercise, these are the locations that we actually bring this to them. And we always say that the furthest we ever traveled is to take a boat all the way to Pulau Ubin. So we travel to Pulau Ubin to give them a care kit.
Right.
Yeah.
There's something very important that you guys must know is that when Dylan was doing all this, he just came out of operation for his back spine surgery, and he was still on crutches and not able to walk without pain. So, and I recall him saying that during the flight he was on heavy medication for on painkillers. Am I right, Dylan? While
Yeah,
you're
about four
all that.
painkillers.
Yeah, so it's truly amazing. Yeah, for Sherry, I also know that you are still in progress of preparing a lot of care packages for our MRT station or the staffs, and also for the people in welfare home and community hospital staffs. Yeah, so all these are still in progress. How is it like? I know you have been jaded lah.
Not jaded lah, just juggling many
Tired.
projects. So I'm trying to coordinate the details. So for the appreciation, I think I term our many projects into two separate teams. So one of it is the appreciation packs, like you mentioned, the staff in our 4 welfare homes. They are actually all working really extra hard. Just that we don't really see and know what they are doing. But all of them are on staggered shifts, need to do extra duties and all that. And for our community hospitals as well, I think many of us know that Bright Vision Hospital is being converted to a COVID facility. So they are coping with the new changes as well. Yeah. And the other theme I would say is connection and engagement. So our group used to volunteer, with the welfare homes. We used to go there every month. But now because visiting has stopped since February, so we have done one virtual interaction session so far. But technology, yes, we're all working with technology, and it's pitfall. So we are still trying to suss out what is the best way to do it.
Right.
Yeah, so I would like to share about our upcoming projects.
Sure.
That we do need some form of support. So one of the appreciation that we really want to do is the Mother's Day appreciation for the moms with children with special needs. I know a lot of parents are struggling right now, with HVL, with working from home and all that. But especially so, I think for the families from the special needs community. So we really want to recognize the mothers on this coming Mother's Day.
Right.
That's one. Yeah. Then for the connection, right? We are working with Viva Foundation for Children with Cancer. So we are working on this storybook activity kit. It's quite exciting. We're going to partner with a few local authors who produce their own children books.
Okay.
So we're hoping to get the authors to actually create activity sheets based on their storybooks, and with materials and all that, and we'll pack and then give it to the children who are currently hospitalized as well. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So-
yeah.
These children are children that's fighting against cancer,
Yes.
and they are in a hospital.
Yes. So, as you know, children with who are having cancer already have limited visitations because of their medical condition. But with circuit breaker and all that, they are facing even more limitations. Yeah. So actually, we were asked to try to put together an offline package with them, because some of the younger kids, if you need online access, I mean, there's a lot of online resources now, but being online also means that they need supervision.
Right.
Yeah. So I know everything is going online. Everyone's advocating for online, but I think there are some needs that need to be met with physical items. So that's one of it. The second one is for South Central Community FSC. They have also asked for like crafting and activity kits for their children from low income families. So everyone has to stay at home. Space is tight. So they're hoping to have these physical games, craft activities that the kids can do it. Yeah.
Right. Right. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So there's really a lot of things that's still ongoing and in preparation, right? And maybe for Dylan yourself, is there any ongoing initiative that is happening now?
We have launched a program called Project ME, masking for the essential. So because we have a lot of supply of masks, so we decided to give away to those of them who need it. So for those of them who are in hawkers, because they are required to wear a mask, for the drivers, the Grab drivers, the taxi drivers, or those of them who are on stay-home notices, or they are staying with somebody that is on stay-home notices, those of them who are sick, those of them who are taking care of someone that is sick. So we are
Yep.
actually giving away free masks. All you need to do is to register, and then we used to deliver the mask through the taxi drivers, but because of this circuit breaker, all my staff bring back one big box of masks. They take turn to send in by snail mail. So most of the beneficiary will receive their masks 2 days after they request. So that is
Right.
one campaign that we are running. The other one is the Operation Roof Up. Um, we are still raising funds for food delivery. We just got our permits as well as our approval from MTI and NCSS to that our organization is whitelisted to do the distribution of food for seniors and vulnerable individuals staying in uh,
Oh,
rental estates. So
okay.
that is one thing that we are doing. At the same time, we are also taking care of the migrant workers. We have
Mm,
adopted 17,000 migrant workers. So there is a few ground up initiative from the individuals because they don't have the white listing approval. So what we do is we get them on board in our organization so that we consolidate this effort and they can openly instead of secretly do community work at the migrant worker sector. So at the migrant worker sector, we are packing 17,000 care kits with basic toiletries as well as their favorite Parji biscuit. I mean, it's their favorite brand. It's supposed to be the Indian best brand for biscuit. So this morning, there are like two lorries that arrived in my office. I didn't know that the biscuit is so big. So end up my office space right now is like I only left with one quarter of my office space. So
very big.
yeah. I mean for 17,000, I mean I used to only buy like 1,000, 2,000 people. Okay, so can you imagine 17,000 biscuits, 17,000 toothpaste, 17,000 toothbrush, all is in my warehouse. Yeah,
Right, right, right.
so now we are also taking turn because the circuit maker measure only allows us to have 3 staff packing.
Mm,
So we are working on a 3 times 8 hour shift, and we are hoping to give this out by 4th of May. We
right.
are also working with Architects of Life, where they are also distributing care kits for Kolom Ayer community. So
Mm-mm.
they also work with us because by working with us means your initiative is being whitelisted. So
Right, right, right.
that is the only way that I can help those of them who really want to help, as long as it meets the mission. I mean, it's quite difficult to get approval for NCSS and MTI. The amount of SOPs that I have to write and the amount of gears that I have to buy. I mean, my
Right.
volunteers really wear a industrial face mask. It's like they are going for operation. So and then we have a system to track them because one of the fear that NCSS has or some of the government agencies they do express concern on how we want to manage our volunteers. So we have dedicated transport system for us to pick them from their house to the volunteer place and send them home so that there is assurance that they stay home after the project. So
Right.
we are afraid that the younger volunteers will take this opportunity and advantage to volunteer with us, and then later on they don't want to go back home, they loiter around. So there is a check and balance. Administratively, it's very strong, but I think no choice. We just have to do what we need to do, because if I don't set this in place, then
Right.
we cannot convince NCSS and MTI that we have a proper system in place.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So for both of you, there's so much that's being done. There's so much that's being contributed. But why? What inspired the two of you, or why did the two of you, have take this initiative to start all this? This is something that not everyone will appreciate in a way where your work is always done behind the scene, and not everyone will know it. So it's, yeah, I don't know the term for it, but yeah. So maybe we can start with Sherry. Sherry, why did you? It's really a lot. No, I look at the projects that you sent to me, one whole list, and oh my goodness, Sherry, you're like working with like a team of 15, 20 people kind of size, or even more.
Yeah, I guess I mean that's the whole point of why BeKindSG was started, right? Anyway, to show that we can all contribute, in different ways, and how can we, how are we able to show kindness? We hope that through our volunteer activities where we post on Facebook, that people will be inspired to start their own. They need not join us, they can start their own, or join dealers or join any group. As long as you're doing something, I think that is beyond yourself. And for the COVID crisis, I think we saw very clearly that we need to remind people that we have this shared sense of humanity. It's not we really have to look out for one another. Then we can progress, as a society, and come out to be united. There are so many hidden needs on the ground. It can be your neighbors, things like that. So can you do something to look out for the people that are near you? So I guess that's one thing. And after that, as the crisis progressed, also some organizations approach us, to come up with like these kits and all that. And I think if they approach us, it's a need lah. And I think that we need to step up to support in the best ways that we can.
Right. But you're not paid for any of these. Really, this is where I when I heard all the things that you're doing at your own time, your own money, I mean, I believe a bit of your own money pouring out, and the effort, it's really, really very heartwarming to know that you are doing all this,
Yeah, I think I must also thank my team. Hello, I know some of you are on Facebook Live now, on the streaming now. So I really must thank you all for giving your support. And whenever I, sometimes it's very hard for me to ask for money, for monetary donations. And I've asked my team, I think, quite a bit this, and volunteers quite a bit this during this crisis. And some of them, they really step out, and they ask their friends and all that. So really, really thank you to all the volunteers and friends who I don't even know your names. Yeah, they have donated to our causes.
Right. So it's,
and Dylan also, yes. Dylan stepped up to help us donate fruits to Bright Vision Hospital. Thank you.
Yeah, Dylan. Yes, Dylan has been one of the biggest hearted, the one of the men in Singapore that has an extremely big heart. Not literally big heart, but he's really kind. Yeah, but I also want to say good job to BeKindSG. I think you're all, wherever you are, volunteers or along fighting with Sherry. I really think good job. And Dylan, how about yourself? Why you have been doing so much? Your operation, just right after operation, you started flying on painkillers and then throwing in all your money, and then you run another company as well, but you're not worried about your own company's revenue stream, but you are placing the society ahead of your company. How is that possible?
Let me correct the statement. And every day worried about the revenue of the company. So, and I literally have physically, I have a very big heart, because my heart is 2 times of the exercise. So so there's a medical condition for it. But
Okay.
back to your question. But back to your question, yes, every day I have sleepless night thinking of how to bring in income for the company. I'm only fortunate that my partners as well as my board of directors are supportive of the work that I do. Most of you may know that I work in architecture firm, and I think Desmond has been to my architecture firm. We have about 166 staff. And then FutuReady Asia, we have, and together with InnoTrack, we have about 22 staff. I'm only thankful that the government has seconded 20 of my staff to PA and to MSF, so they somehow lighten my financial load. And like what Sherry said, that when we see a need, we can choose to wait for somebody to fill the need. But for my philosophy is being an upstander instead of being a bystander. We saw the need, we decided to stand up, we decided to stood up, and we want to fill the need. So you realize that why are we not giving any more hand sanitizer in this campaign, in the coming campaigns? It's because we first started off, and we know that many Singaporeans right now do have some resources and some contact to purchase hand sanitizer, and we want them to continue to do that good work. For us, we identify what are the areas that is not being covered, who are the people that is falling through the cracks. Then that's where we come in to see whether is it within our resources, within our ability or our capacity to do what we need to do. So the most rewarding experience is really to see people coming together, paying it forward after seeing what we have initiated. There are many organizations out there and individuals that really want to do good, but sometimes they don't know how to start. But so it is okay to start small. There's no need for you to do a very big campaign. One of the campaign that we are running right now is also called Support a Cleaner. So we want the Singaporeans to support the cleaner who are doing their essential services in your estate. And there are many ways you can support the cleaner. You can buy them a drink, you can buy them a meal, or you can even at the end of the day, order a Grab or order a taxi to send this cleaner back to their own home. Give them a bit of comfort, or you can even thank them. And I think the most basic thing is take care of your own estate, take care of the cleanliness of your estate, so that these people don't have to work too hard. These are simple acts that there's no need to do big campaigns. If we are able to make a difference in your own estate, make a difference in your own neighborhood, I think that is something that is very beautiful. And we just this morning we have decided that those of them who want to adopt your block cleaners, and if any young people who wants to adopt their cleaners that is working in their estate, but they don't have the financial resources, write to us. We have a online form that they can fill it up, and then we are going to pay now some financial resources for them to do good within the community. So that is something that we are hoping that many Singaporeans, you don't need to just donate. If you can contribute in your neighborhood, we are really very happy, because these cleaners, unfortunately, they are in essential services. They have to work, and we just need to take care of them. And I think when we take care of them, your neighborhood will be taken care of.
Right, right. So, which also brings us to the point, like, I know it's a sensitive question, like where does all these funds comes from? So it's very much, I believe, a lot of crowdsourcing, getting people to donate into the funds and stuff like this. But is there anywhere that the viewers can find your campaigns to do the contribution or to make support?
I think when we first started off, we never think of fundraising. Actually, running a charity for the last 6 years, we just tell the team that this is the first time that I've used Giving.sg portal. This is the first time that we are doing fundraising. Our operating model has always been the commercial company must make money, so that this money and the profits goes to run the charity. But because COVID-19, somehow we need to think about our reserve. thinking about how we retain our staff. So no choice. We had to resort to being thick-skinned a bit and say, hey, can you all donate some resources? But I'm very happy that I think Singaporeans out there are really really generous. I mean, we shout out to them to donate their solidarity $600, and when I look, there are really a lot of people donating their $600. So I want to thank them for donating to this campaign. How we manage the resources, as I mentioned, I think my partners in Formworks, my directors in Formworks are quite kind. They paid for the sanitizer, they paid for the mask, they paid for the WeCareKit, and then for Next Factor, which is the goodie bag, they actually sponsor the goodie bag. So I think I am fortunate to be in the position where I have good friends. Hopefully, at the end of COVID-19, they don't treat me as an enemy. they don't reject my call when I call them. So they always say that the fact that if I call them for help means must be really urgent. So the fact that if I don't fundraise in the past and now I'm doing fundraising, it means that something is really serious. Yeah. So I think that's how we get our resources. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so if you guys can see on our comment, SuccessPedia has actually posted a comment with the link OpsRoofUp Fund. That link will bring you to giving.sg, where you can show your support and contribution for Delane and team, to push through the project. And as for Sherry, how about yourself? Where is there anywhere that viewers can come in to support? Like maybe your Facebook or your website?
Yeah, I think same like Delane. We have never really done public fundraising. A lot of it comes from our volunteers, our team. Sometimes the volunteers get inspired when they visit the homes. They want to do something for the residents. We always encourage that. And so far, for some of our projects, for example, Singapore Kindness Movement, Singapore International Foundation, and Majority Trust also recently came in to support some of our projects, but there are still a lot of needs because not everything we can apply for funding. So yes, we are planning to put first time a campaign on Give Asia, specifically for the crafting sets for the children from South Central Community FSC. So we'll put out the link on our Facebook page when it is ready. Yeah.
Right.
So I think we also want to do a shout out also to SG Strong Fund, which is the Maturity Trust. I think they are really supportive. And this is a fund that I always say that within 2 days, 3 days, you get a reply, and immediately you can execute the project. So don't worry about resources. Like what I tell SG Strong Fund team, that if there are people who wants to run their own community projects, and when they apply the SG Strong Fund, because the SG Strong Fund is actually a co-funding, that means it's an 80-20. So they do still need to think of how to raise the 20. But if anyone has really problem raising the 20%, and if it's within our financial capacity, I'm willing to see how we can support your initiative.
Wow! Oh my goodness. Okay, it's really truly amazing. But I think say that. But before I forget, viewers, please don't forget to follow FutuReady Asia's work through their Facebook page and their website, and also very importantly for Sherry, follow Behind SG, because they will be updating on how you can come in to help Behind SG with all the fundings and the projects, even be it volunteer. And like what Sherry mentioned, they have not been doing fundraising for the longest period of time. It's really all through the volunteers and staff. And this is the time where they are really putting in the time and the effort without pay, from their heart, from their passion, and they need the help and support. They are going to put it up on giving.sg. Give Asia soon. So please do follow their website, their Facebook, or if not, you can follow SuccessPedia Asia, and we will keep updating on the projects that FutuReady is doing, and also Behind SG. Yeah. Right. Yes. Okay. Yep. So Delane, don't mind the 20% contributing the 20%.
I mean, if it's a meaningful project, we don't mind. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so I also want to shout out to Delane. Delane actually helped us a lot, especially in this resilience series. So yeah, but it's weird lah. No, he coming to help us, and then now we brought him to the show. So we brought the hero to the front. Yeah. Okay, great.
I think everyone is a hero, if they choose to be. So I think it's important that we all can make a choice to be a hero, and we don't just be a bystander looking at what is happening and start to be a ineffective keyboard warrior. I mean, if you want to be a good warrior, be a warrior that goes out to the war, fight the war, and win the war together. I think that is important.
Right. Action speaks louder than words. I mean, even though I do believe that even though at this period of time, words of encouragement is very important, but some things are still actions are still needed to make a bigger difference. I mean, especially like what the two of you have been doing. All right. Yeah. So yes. Now let's get a bit sensitive. I just want to hear from the two of you, your honest opinion on how do you think our country, our people, how are we faring in this fight against COVID?
Wow, you arrow to me, so
Yes.
So this is the time when I don't let you arrow. I let the two of you decide. You know?
How candid do you want us to be in this response? I think during such times, I think we are doing all we can to manage COVID-19. I mean, we are dealing with a virus that is unknown. We are dealing with something that is unexpected. So there is never a perfect solution, and it is quite sad that every move and every decision made by the government, there will be people that criticize on the intent of what the government is doing. Some take the advantage to stir shit lah, so and create social divides and anger among the community. So I think it is something that I feel strongly about. That at such time, we do need to support the decision of our government. I think our government officers are doing almost 24/7. I mean, look at NCSS. You know, I send an email at 9 p.m. They reply at 11 p.m. I reply them back 1 a.m. I still receiving their emails. So I think we just need the support from Singaporeans to be patient. My staff, when they're seconded out to the various agencies, they also experience unhappy Singaporeans. They are being impatient, being demanding. I think at times like that, I think we really need Singaporeans to know that regardless of whether I'm a public servant or whether I am from the private sector, we are all in this together. And because we are all in this together, I think we need to, like what Sherry mentioned, we really need to show kindness. I think the moment you start showing kindness, the aura of kindness spread. And because the moment you are negative, the aura of being negative will also spread. So if we start spreading and sharing negative news on our social media, automatically you'll be always surrounded with people who are unhappy. There are so many videos that is sent to us. The Grab rider scolding, then another woman spitting, those being caught by the police. I think at the end of the day, what is the purpose of us putting this on the video, and what's the purpose of us filming this in action? I think we need to be clear about the intention. If the intention is really to stir mess or to create a social divide, then I think these people have to stop. But if you are sharing a kindness video of Singaporeans doing kind deeds, then I think it encourages Singapore that Singaporeans are coming together united to do something good, to save the country, and hopefully we are able to survive this crisis. So I really urge Singaporeans, be patient to the public servant. They are not angels. They will make mistakes. There are people there are public servants that may make wrong decision, but at the end of the day, the decision are made because these are the information that they have. So
Right.
I always believe that there's no such thing as wrong decision. Every decision made is always right based on the context and based on the information that we already have on hand. So the more information we have, the more informed choices we make. But if we have limited information, we have no choice but to make the decision that could be painful for every one of us. So that is something that I want to share with the audience. Sherry, it's now your turn.
I guess, nobody has the perfect, I think nobody could predict how the situation will evolve. So for me, I also think that the government is doing what they can and that, we should support them. But for individuals, right, I urge people to take a step back. When you happen to come across a video or like a newspaper article and you feel it's very, why is that person doing that? Why, this person is doing the wrong thing, etc., etc. Don't be too easily swayed so quickly. Do take a step back and cool off that emotion that comes out so quickly, and maybe we can try to find a different perspective. There are so many videos of some people who are still eating at the hawkers and all that. I mean, we really don't know their background stories.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we volunteer with with different communities, and we understand that all these rules are evolving so quickly. It's not so easy to catch on to that rule, and
Yes.
why is this law here. It's not so simple for everyone to understand what's going on. Yeah, so I just like what Dylan said lah, like really really try to come from a place of kindness, and if it irks you so much, just switch off the social media and be kind to yourself also.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
How
I think things like jokes you can still share. I mean, one of the interesting
of course.
video is like when people start to eat to imitate the prime minister drinking. I think these are interesting videos that it doesn't have any harm. You see,
Yeah.
and it creates a bit of humor. So I think we all need to be discerning to know what are the videos to share, your intention of sharing, and like what Sherry mentioned, you see somebody being caught by the police, if you see somebody is acting weirdly, there is a story behind. And if we are not prepared to listen to the story, then don't form the assumption or don't create the assumption and make the assumption the truth.
Right. Yep. I totally agree with a little bit of humor here and there. In fact, my team and I, we created a meme, how Singaporeans love bubble tea, and then the day it was announced, and then the picture of Avengers all charging towards all the different brands of bubble tea. Yeah, I think a little bit of humor in this situation, in this season of calamity, it's good. It's good. Yeah. Which brings me to a point before I go into asking the two of you, how do you think the government, the grants and the things that they have been doing, right? I just want to shout out this thing to everyone who is watching. We are talking about how Singaporeans is faring the fight. So it's a bit blur. In fact, it's not a bit, it's very extremely blur. But tomorrow, importantly, is just Sing Together Singapore. Tomorrow and the date, Saturday, 25th April, 7:55 p.m. All right. So tomorrow there is this thing going on where you just need to switch on your television, right? Just need to switch on your television at 7:55. I think Channel 5, Channel 8, Surya, any other channel, Dick Lee and team will be leading us to sing Open Up Your Windows. Everyone will be singing Home Together. I think it will be something tremendous. I don't know, I'm going to sing out loud. I just moved into a new HDB, new flat right before the COVID hit. So I think my new neighbors are going to know me by tomorrow. The worst singer in the whole estate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So back to the two of you. How do you think our government fare in terms of this fight with all the grants, the support scheme? I'm getting blur again. Cannot talk about government. Yeah. So with the schemes that they have rolled out to help businesses, to help individuals, like the $600 package that's rolled out.
I'll just quickly start. I must admit that I'm not clear on all the packages, which then also I think my concern is really, yeah, like you know, is everyone aware of the schemes, and how do we get that information across to them? So that's very worrying. Like, for example, a volunteer was telling me that they shut down, the extended circuit breaker. They shut down some of the non-essential, like bubble tea. So ice cream was also shut down, right? And but from what I heard from some is that it should be until 4th May, and then the government will announce again, whether they are able to continue. Yeah, but this ice cream vendor was like, no, 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 like it's until 1st June. So there's also a little bit of confusion. And if he probably may not know or be listening to the news all the time, what's happening, what's being extended, can they continue their business, and they don't want to be on the wrong side of the law as well. So I think that's the only that's the concern that I have, lah. Like, are all this information really going out to people who really need that information?
Right. How about you, Dylan? Do you agree, or do you have anything to say?
I think there are government support the SMEs and companies should leverage on. I think most importantly, don't retrench your staff. That is always a reminder that I always remind myself that government gives 35%, so please make sure you don't retrench your staff. But having said that, I think all employers and employees do play a part. I mean, at the end of the day, employers are also suffering. I mean, before the extended circuit breaker, we have a few dialogue sessions with government agencies to take care of shareholders and directors and entrepreneurs. And I'm happy that DPM Heng has announced that shareholders and directors can benefit from the GSS as well as I think the GSS salary rebate. So I believe that we cannot come up with a scheme that pleases everybody. I think what is the most important is that our low-income wage workers are taken care of. I am hoping that after COVID-19, things will get better. But unfortunately, a lot of them, they are all saying that after COVID-19 is the start of recession. So when times like that, we really have to think of how to sustain the SMEs, the AMCs. So there are a lot of government grants out there for SMEs to leverage on. GSS is one of them. Being business transformation under the Enterprise Singapore is one of them. And for the individuals out there, for your information, TRF, you only left 1 more week. So the temporary relief fund, you have 1 more week to go and do your claims with the respective CCs that you are in. And at the same time, when you do your TRF, they will also be applying for the COVID support scheme for those of them who lost their job or who has salary that is reduced by 30%. So take this 1 week to really chong to the CC and do what you need to do. And for those of you who don't need this fund, can you please don't chong there, because you're supposed to be doing social distancing, and be truthful about your declaration.
Right. Yeah, I think I myself is one of them that didn't chong for the grant. Whether or not I need it, whether or not I'm eligible for it, it's something that I feel more people need it than I do, and I don't know. I think this should be the way, lah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Yes, Sherry, I agree.
And for the bosses out there, if your GSS is something that is insignificant to you, can you please donate to us, to Become SG and us, because I know there are some of you are really rich. You don't need the GSS, so please donate to us. I need to be thick-skinned a bit to do this.
We will back you up. Yes, please support Become SG and FutuReady. These two organizations needs a lot of fund to keep up all the great work that they have been doing. Yeah. Okay. The two of you seem much more positive than I am, honestly speaking. So, but how do you all stay positive?
Okay.
Dylan will know how down I am one. No? Sometimes I
Sherry
will
will start first.
Okay, I will just do it quickly lah. I mean, I'm also. I mean, there are times that definitely I will struggle as well. I think I need to apply this advice to my own self. I need to take some time for myself and be away from the laptop and the handphone, which is taking over our lives now to coordinate all these projects. So I think number one is really to take care of yourself. But number two, be very importantly, do not. I know we are all self isolating now, but do not self-isolate yourself in the sense that you're not reaching out to your friends as well. Remember that your friends are also maybe facing the same struggles that you. I don't know, do Zoom, house party chat, whatever. So I'm starting a small little movement. I know that we have this Belanja second meal, which is a really great initiative. But I think at the same time, as we do so much work for the community, let's also belanja our friend. So, I've been like doing surprises belanja. So, it's like hashtag belanja a friend. You can also look out for your friends. So I think
Yeah, I will send you
connection
my
is
address.
really important. Can.
Jami, tolong.
Yes. Then after that you pay forward, okay? So that's how it works. Yeah. So I think really trying to reach out and connect is very important. Yeah.
Dylan, eh? I know you running and jogging is not the way you motivate yourself. I know.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
You
It was food, but I'm so scared of food now. So, I think the question is, how do I stay positive? I think we all have a choice. To whether to feel negative or to feel positive. And if you choose to feel negative, then obviously COVID-19 is going to be really slow for you. But if you choose to be positive and transfer your energy to doing something good, simple things that you can do at home, like what Sherry mentioned, plunges somebody, doing something that is within the parameters, then I think the little things that we do every day that is positive will allow us to have a peaceful sleep, and will allow us to and slowly and surely you realize that the more positive things that you do, the time fly really fast. Honestly, for us, I'm quite sure Sherry will also echo what I say. Actually, 24 hours for us not enough to do what we want to do. So we are hoping for one day of 48 hours. But of course, all those that is staying from home will all kill me because they really are bored. But if you are really bored, then I think you should start to do something meaningful, and start to see how you can contribute back to your own community. And your own community need not to be Singapore, need not to be the neighborhood, your own house community or your own home community. And then what Sherry mentioned about isolation, I think the government asking you to stay at home is not asking you to disconnect. So stay connected. No, this is a time where in the past I always tell young people, can you stop using the internet? But right now I always say you must use the internet to connect to the world and to build relationship. So I need to correct what I say in the past, but right now is you need to be connected so that we all can stay healthy and stay happy. I think that is important.
Yeah,
Right.
can I just add on something? So I just want to shout out to friends, people in the autoimmune illness support group. If you have troubles and struggles, don't be afraid to share them as well. Don't reach out. Don't keep everything to yourself. It can be quite tiring and exhausting. Yeah, I know that some of you are really struggling. On all this on top of your medical condition. So, really don't be afraid to reach out and think that you are burdening someone else. Sometimes you are sharing your burden, and actually that person to be able to offload some of your burden, also maybe make that person feel positive. So yeah, just sharing that out.
Correct.
Right.
So there's one more thing I also want to share, is that those of you who have never gave or donate, I think that this is probably the best time. We are also trying not to tax existing donors because there will be donor fatigue. I'm quite sure Sherry and me will probably echo the same thing, that even when we keep doing a lot of community projects, there is a community fatigue. And it's important that we sometimes need to take a break, take a step back, reflect, and before we can chiong. Likewise, for the donors, a lot of us always go back to the same donors. And I just want to let you know that donors do have donor fatigue. So I think it's important to really look through your list. Who are the people that you can nudge and say, hey, Han Lon, maybe your first time doing donation, why don't you donate to this organization? So I think this is something that we really urge non-donors to be donors. That's always the first time, and this first time starts today.
Right. Yes, I think I definitely agree. Yes, there's always has to be a place where we start to give contribute back to the society, even if you are not physically there, but you have some spare cash, spare funds. Rather than investing them, there are some people who really do need the funds, and organizations that needs it to do more. Yeah, and to second what Sherry have said, those of you who okay, so this is on my personal thought that I'm sharing. And I find that it's very important. Every session, my live session, I will say this over and over again. Please take care of the mental well-being of the people around you, your family members. And if you realize you see your friends, people close to you, that is struggling financially, or they may have lost their job, and you see that they are posting a lot of negative stuff on the internet, you see that they are not behaving normally as they usually would have been. Please do take note of them, talk to them, encourage them. Next week, we will have a psychologist that will be coming up to actually share more about anxiety and how to go through this period of time. And depression is something that I am very worried for society, where it will eventually I hope not, but it might lead to higher suicide rate. That is very worrisome, but as long as SG unite, as long as we unite, we look out for each other, look out for the telltale signs, and I believe, we can prevent a lot of things from happening. Yeah. So thanks Sherry for bringing that up. Yeah, I think some people
What happened to our host?
keep everything to themselves one. Yeah. Okay, so coming to an end, I've been taking up a lot of for your time. So, just to end off, I just want to ask the two of you for this. I just want to know your current greatest wish. Oh, Sherry got disconnected. She's coming back. Don't worry.
Sorry.
Yeah, Dylan, what's your greatest wish while we wait for Sherry to come back?
My greatest wish is to have 3 more wish. Cannot.
Then after that, keep on multiplying, right?
Yeah, I think as of now, the greatest wish is that we are hoping that we can overcome this together. And whoever out there that is suffering, whoever out there that is feeling the effect of the circuit breaker, especially when it's extended to 1st of June, you are never alone. We are all in this together. And I hope that as soon as we overcome COVID-19, when things gets to normal, we are hoping that our economy will be back on track, because that is also something that we are worried about. So my greatest wish is we can overcome this COVID-19 and put our economy on track.
Welcome back, Sherry. How about you? Your greatest wish? You missed Dylan's greatest wish, but we want to hear from you.
I heard a bit. Yeah. So
You heard, yeah.
yeah, my greatest wish is that, of course, we emerge as a country to be more united, and that the needs that were uncovered, during this crisis, which were quite a lot. I hope that when we emerge from this, we can really look into those needs, and not, do the things that we usually, we just operate like as as before COVID. Yeah, but instead we should really look at the needs, like what happened during this crisis, and how we can really make systemic change. Like for example, technology. I mean, in this day and age, it was only when everybody moved to HBL, then we found so much need, right? So
yeah.
After COVID-19, can these be looked into and see that how in this time and age, how technology can be more accessible to everyone. You know, not just not just individuals, maybe even our SSAs as well. Yeah. You know, rental flats, elderly living in rental flats. How can they access the technology? I think that's to me. I hope that the needs will be looked into lah. Yeah.
Right. Wow. So the two of you have once again placed your greatest wish, others ahead of yourself. You know, so I feel honored to have the two of you sharing so many things with us. You know, sharing the inspiration, sharing the things that you have done. So on behalf of FutuReady Asia, I would like to thank the two of you for doing so many great works. And yeah, if FutuReady can be of any help, you know, to spread the words, the platform will be here to help spread all the good news and the good work.
And I think
Okay.
thank you, Desmond, for having us on the resilience series and then starting this whole series as well. I mean, to make this movement on social media, yeah, to influence minds. I think that's very important now, right? Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, when I started this, I never expected it to be a daily thing. Yeah. So, but when I sent a message out to invite people, and everyone's response was, "Oh, okay, on." So, and then so it just turned out that, oh my goodness, I have to fail every single day in order to complete.
Remember to apply the SG Strong Fund. I think they should be able to fund your program.
Okay, I will give it a try. I'll give it a try. Yeah. So
We will
hopefully,
put some good work for you. Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
Our Singapore fund. Yeah, because I mean it's about resilience, right? Or Singaporeans, try OSF.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Ken.
And the National Youth Fund. You can also apply for the National Youth Fund. Stay Youth.
The NYC, right? Yeah, I saw. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So before we have the two of our guests to take their leave, do the two of you have anything to say to the viewers, or the viewers do you have anything to tell our guest? Maybe we can start from Dylan. Do you have any last anything you want to say to the viewers?
Stay strong, stay united, I think, and most importantly, stay at home. And wear a mask when you go out.
Okay. How about you, Sherry?
Okay. I think as in the whole series, is always to look out for each other. Always be kind to yourself and to other people. Yeah, that's the message.
Okay, yeah. So Andorra has said, Sherry and Dylan, you are amazing, you are brave, you are strong. 加油. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andorra. You have been very engaging with us today. We appreciate your presence with us as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. All right. Okay, Ken. So without further, I shall not hold the two of you back. So we'll have it's good night to the two of you.
The day just started. So.
The work just restarted. Okay. Thank you, Desmond. Thank you, Dylan.
Okay, thank you.
So
okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Yes, so we have two wonderful guests with us today and a very engaging audience, especially Andorra, right? Hi. Yeah. So tomorrow, who will we be having? But before I go into tomorrow, please, just a gentle reminder, tomorrow at 7:55 p.m., please turn on your TV, channel 5, channel 8, Surya, whichever you want to. Go to the internet, your friends will be sharing a lot of posts, and there's if possible, Google it up, sing along Singapore. It should be sing along Singapore. Let me pull it up again. Sing together Singapore. So there is a movement where there's a hashtag for it where you can film yourself singing and then you hashtag it. And then at I think 10 p.m. or 10:25 p.m., all the videos that is being tagged and sent in will be compiled together into one video. Yeah. So yes, don't forget about it. And tomorrow, who do we have? Okay, tomorrow we have a chit-chat session with none other than the VP of Changi Airport Group. So Polisan has also been doing a lot for her community, and she is a very vivid cyclist and runner. So yeah, we are honored to have her with us tomorrow. So please join us. Please join us tomorrow. And I don't think I have anything else. I thank all of your presence, and I thank you guys for staying with us until now. And so wishing you good night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. FutuReady Asia's host, Desmond, signing out.